What's interesting about my channel is, I didn't know this, but how many people are following my channel that are actually skinny? I made a video about what to do when people call you too skinny. And I'm amazed how many people responded to that. But that's not the norm in this country and in North America in general. Most people are overweight, so I have to address that more. The biggest problem with most people is, well, what they do is they eat less, right? So that's the first thing they do is they eat less, they eat half as much, or they barely eat anything at all, and they're not losing weight. And they're saying, why am I not losing weight? And they're tired. You end up getting more tired. And they say, look, I'm eating less. I feel terrible. I have no energy. I just have nothing. What's the problem? Well, okay, that's what I'm addressing here. Now, first of many addressing videos. The first issue is the body is not stupid. It senses you're giving it less food. So it's going to adjust. It's going to lower your metabolism. And meaning it's basically running at half speed. It's slowing everything down so it can keep going with the same amount of food. It's trying to adjust. It's saying, well, you're only giving me half as much. So I got to like fire half the workers and slow down production. So your metabolism slows down. You're using the same amount of energy, but that's why you have lower energy, because your body is trying to make you not burn as much energy. So that's not really the answer. It helps to some degree, but you got to do more than just eat half as many Snickers bars as you did before. So that's the first issue, is what you eat, because most people don't know what to eat. So that's the first one. Obviously, cut the sugar, cut the carbs. Carbs turn into fat like that. Bam, just instantly. Protein takes longer to digest, and fat takes really long to digest. So if you mix some fat with your food, especially, or fiber, it slows down the rate at which the food goes into your system. And remember this also, when you eat anything at all, other than pure fat, it's going to release insulin. And insulin, what it does, the job of insulin is to tell your cells, food is on its way. And like a bunch of baby birds in a nest, they open their mouths and go, feed me, because they're expecting food. So the minute you eat almost anything, insulin is released. And when insulin is released, it stops using fat for fuel, because fat is your emergency backup fuel supply, and it will never touch your fat as long as you're even snacking or nibbling on the tiniest thing. Insulin is released, fat usage is stopped, you stop losing fat. So that's the first thing. Stop snacking, stop eating every 2 hours. The glucose and glycogen in your body takes a long time to stop being used. It doesn't happen in a matter of an hour or two. So intermittent fasting, really, really important. Like, try not to eat till 2 p.m. if you can. I don't eat till 4 p.m. Or try to eat for 8 hours in the day. That's the starting level. Work your way to 6 hours a day. And what I'm doing is 4 hours a day, but that's more advanced level. Try to not eat for 16 hours and then eat for 8 hours. So start at 2 o'clock or noon, and then eat for 8 hours, and then don't eat anything. Then work your way to 6 hours. That's step one. So your insulin has a chance to not wreak havoc on your fat burning issues. Second thing is what you eat. More fiber. Fiber is the food supply of your gut biome, of your microbiotics, which is what you need to help get the crap out of you, and the fat and the toxins and everything. You need that. Drink a lot of water. And the most important thing for keeping your metabolism up and keeping it buzzing is exercise. And I know you don't want to hear this, but that is so important. If you don't exercise, your metabolism is going to go down. If you just sit at the computer all day, or a desk, or do nothing, or on the couch, your metabolism is just going to go down. You need to tell your body that it needs to work, and it needs to raise its metabolism. You need to kick it in the butt, and you need to keep it going. And that is weight-bearing exercises, strength training, more than cardio. People think cardio is the thing to do. You can jog all day and not lose a lot of weight. You actually don't burn a lot of calories by jogging. What you need to do is to do strength training. Lift weights, go to the gym and do heavy things, machines where you're straining your muscles. Muscles burn fat. Muscles is one of the biggest fat burners you have. The more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. And using muscles and putting a lot of weight on your muscles, that's what raises your metabolism. That is so important. If you don't do strength training, your metabolism isn't going. Next thing is HIIT. High intensity interval training. That's where you run like crazy as fast as you possibly can, or something that uses your full capacity, and you're huffing and puffing after 20 seconds and you just can't do anymore. And then you walk and you relax. And then you do another 20 seconds of high intensity something, and then you relax for a minute. That's high intensity interval training. You do that maybe 5 times or until you just can't do it anymore. Do that every day. That keeps your metabolism up. Super important to keep your metabolism up that way. You need to keep moving. Your body needs a reason to raise the metabolism. And when you have no food in you whatsoever, and yes, you can work out on an empty stomach. I do it all the time. Every day, it's called working out in a fasted state. And when your body adapts to running on fat instead of carbs, you actually don't crave food. You won't be tired. I lift actually sometimes more weight in a fasted state than when I have food just before I go to the gym. So that's a myth that you're going to be wiped out. I mean, that's psychology almost. And I'll explain in another video why it's almost impossible to not have energy in a fasted state. So the big thing is to raise your metabolism. Eat more spicy foods. Get that heat going in there. Hot and cold therapy. Go in the shower and do ice cold, do hot, do ice cold, do hot. Sit in an ice bath. Shock your body. Every time you shock your body, you raise your metabolism. The more shocks you do, the more you raise your metabolism. Physical stress actually helps you deal with mental stress even more. So it's really important to have some physical stress on your body. Not something that is going to kill you, but when you do that on a daily basis, it helps calm you down actually in the long run. So anyway, that's my thing for really, really quick. I mean, I can go on and on about raising your metabolism, but those are the first basic steps. Just eating less is not going to make you lose weight. Your body's just going to slow down and slower the metabolism. You need to keep it up. And those are the first ways of doing it. Watch what you eat. Stop even the fruitarians and stuff like that. Cut off the mangoes and bananas. That's high sugar. Start doing non-sweet fruits. Try to have half of your food be greens somehow, kale, whatever. Greens is really, really important. And less of carbs. Cut out the cereal, the cookies, the crackers, the pizza, the pasta, anything that's made with refined flour, anything that's baked in an oven, anything that's cooked at high heat. Plant foods, fresh, raw from nature. That's the way to go. High water content. All right. Smoothies is good, but smoothies is high calories. You probably, if you want to gain weight, do smoothies. If you don't want to gain weight, then do salads and things like that. I hope this helps. So in the future, keep up your efforts. I will give you whatever I can in the meantime, but you got to keep your metabolism up. There's so many ways to do it, but there's also so many reasons why it's not working for people, and I thought I hope I'm helping with that. So I'll see you in the next video. I try to get it done as fast as possible. I'll see you then. Until then, have a great week. Bye.